Hello and welcome to this edition of Educating with Ease here in the North Penn School District. My name is Todd Bauer. I'm your superintendent, and it has been far, far too long. My sincere apologies. It's been busy. Start of the school year is a really busy time of the year. We have a lot going on. Almost entirely good things. Of course, we always have our challenges and hiccups along the way, but overall, it's been a great start to the school year. And speaking of great, first, I'm going to cue a little bit of music to tell all my friends at home who's about to join me. My co-host on Educating with Ease, Mr. Bob Gilmer. Good morning, Bob. Ooh, whoa, breaking it down.
I'm slapping the bass with my theme song. That's what I'm doing.
How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing great. It's been a long time, Dr. Bauer. Woo! Feels like eons since we last spoke on Educating with Ease.
Yeah, it has been a while. I don't even recall who our last guest was or when the last episode was. To you?
Nina Fenstermaker.
Oh, wow. That was over the summer.
It was August.
Wow.
In the summer.
It's been a while.
It's been a little while, yeah. How you been?
I did say good morning. We're recording this on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
It is bright and early before 8 a.m. Everything going okay in your world, Bob?
Everything's great. Things are moving along. The NPTV club, all the kids, I've got lots of kids working hard, learning the craft. So we've been busy, but we're really excited to start the new school year with a whole new group of kids.
Yeah, I guess you really have to. It's almost like coaching an athletics team. Like you're training them and getting them ready for showtime, like literally showtime.
Yeah.
And it's always a different group of kids who are coming to board meetings or I see at sporting events. And yeah, I'm sure that there's excitement that comes with that as well.
Yeah, and everybody's doing great. So it's really, really exciting. Even when we were trying to get started here, I still had kids percolating in saying, hey, I missed the first meeting. How do I get involved? And I'm like, you can get involved anytime you want. Dr. Bauer, you know my one requirement for North Penn Television to be involved?
I'm going to guess show up, be consistent, work hard.
That's all it is. Sign up, show up. That's it. Yep. We'll teach you everything else. All you got to know is if you sign up, you just show up. That's my only rule.
There you go.
That's it.
Anyone is welcome.
Anyone.
In North Penn Television. I love
Correct.
it. All right. So we're hoping to begin a series here of honoring those. There were a couple of press releases and articles in the local media about our annual award campaign. There used to be an award called the Superintendent's Honor Roll. We transitioned a little bit away from that model, and now we're calling it the North Penn Ease Award. Oh, here we go, Bob. I get you every single episode with this question. But the North Penn Ease, we thought it was kind of punny because you talk about the Grammys, the Emmys, the Oscars, the ESPYs. There's a lot of awards out there, Tonys. So these are North Pennies. What are the 4 E's, Bob?
So we have elevate learning.
Yes.
Ensure belonging.
That's 2.
Engage community.
3 for 3.
And exceed expectations.
My friend Bob Gilmer. Wow, look at that. Okay, so we had 4 E's that essentially have been outlined as our core values, a big group after our climate surveys and our comprehensive plan, kind of outlining like, who are we? What do we stand for? And we centered the award around those things. So you're trying to pull in some guests so we can get to know these award-winning recipients a little bit better. And our first guest, Bob, do you want to?
Let's hit a little music. See if you figured out the music. It's pretty chill, and people sometimes don't realize that he's super chill.
Super chill.
Yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Let's bring him in.
So that said, let's bring in our first recipient.
Here we go.
For engaging the community. He could be any of them, right? Engaging the community, ensuring belonging.
Elevating learning, for sure.
Our friend and colleague, stranger to no one, friend of all, Mr. Bernie Jones.
All right, let me get myself out of here. Here comes Bernie.
Here he comes. There he is. Hey, Bernie, good morning.
Good morning. That's a great intro right there. I love it.
Look at that. I love the music. Love the music. Good choices. So, Bernie, you are what many may say the face of the franchise. You're the person at the front door. You're the person at all the community events, you and your team members from North Penn School District Security. But people want to know a little bit about you. So tell us about Bernie Jones. Who are you? Where are you from? Where'd you go to high school? All those things. And let's go from there.
All right. Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Bernie Jones. I grew up in Warminster, Pennsylvania. graduate of North Penn. Graduate of North Penn. Graduate of William Tennant High School. So I always got North Penn on the mind. So graduate of William Tennant High School in 1989, proud grad, and I'm married, 4 girls and 4 daughters at home. That's why I'm bald and gray, as you can see. So it's a lot with 4 daughters raising them. But and married for 24 years, and my lovely wife Michelle, and that's pretty much it. I have a dog named Ellie at home. Okay. She is a female too, so I'm outnumbered at my house. So that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, you're not just outnumbered. You're just, I mean, that's a landslide.
That is a landslide.
Wow. 4 daughters. What are the age ranges?
26, 20, 25, 18, and, or I'm sorry, 19, and 12.
Got it. All right. I'm about to have a 12-year-old. My son's birthday's this week.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's this week.
That teens, angst, and spirit is always great.
Yeah, I love it. I can't imagine having 4 children, 4 daughters, but that's amazing. I'm sure you're the best dad. So tell us a little bit about what the Jones family likes to do for fun, or you personally. Any hobbies, special interests, anything?
You know what? I am a big sci-fi fan. Most people don't know this. I'm a Star Wars geek to the end.
Really?
Anything sci-fi, Battlestar Galactica. Grew up watching Battlestar Galactica, Star Wars, all that stuff, all sci-fi stuff. My favorite movie, my wife will tell you, will be Independence Day. I can watch it every time it's on. I watch it. I'll probably watch it a gazillion times, and we'll continue to watch that movie because I think it's great. What else do we like to do? We like to travel a little bit, mostly to beaches. Just past summer, we went to St. Martin, which was awesome. I loved it there. I'm not much of a water guy. Ooh, what happened there? I'm not much of a water guy, but I do like going to tropical islands and just hanging out on the beach and relaxing. We go down to the Jersey Shore a lot in the summer too, as well. So that's pretty much what we like to do. Not too much, nothing fancy, just nice and simple.
Okay. All right. I love all of that. Great stuff. I did not know you were a Star Wars guy. Pretty cool.
Oh, I am a Star Wars guy to the end.
Have you been to Star Wars theme park down in the Orlando?
Absolutely. Yeah, we're big Disney people, so whenever I go, I have to go there. I've probably been there 12 times now, so I just love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, we try to go every year, at least once.
That's incredible. All right, so I learned some new things today. Tell us a little bit about, we've kind of thrown out there, and most people know you're the head of security there at the high school. What is it about the job that you love, Bernie?
Honestly, I love the interaction with the community, with the kids and the staff. I am a people person to the end, so, I do like to please people. I like to help people out. And this job was, I think, tailor-made for me. It's something that comes natural to me to talk to people. I have the gift of gab. It's funny, as I told you, I go to Orlando a lot, and every single time I go with my family, they're like, I'll talk to a perfect stranger, strike up a conversation. They're like, and how do you talk to people like you just met them, like you've known them for years? I said, it just comes natural to me. I just like to talk to people. Can never remember a name, but I remember all the facts and everything about them, faces, all that stuff we talked about. I'll remember that. I just won't remember names. But yeah, it's a natural thing for me to just talk to people and be social.
Got it. I love it. And this is why we love you here. One of my favorite things to do, I try at once, or I'd say twice a month. I start my day at the high school, stand up at the front there with you, and watching all the kids come in and say good morning to you. What's up, Bernie? Hey, Bernie. It's just, that's honestly what school security in 2024 should be about. Relationships, get to know the kids, get to know them as human beings. And when something isn't quite right, a student's down, sad, tired, you're the guy.
Try to be a crutch for them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I used to say to people when I was the high school principal, I like to think that I have a calming presence around people. And if kids were really having a hard day or struggling, or there was a physical altercation or whatever it was, and I got involved, I could usually calm them down. I can think of 1 or 2 times where I would walk in the room and be like, come on, bud, let's just come to my office. Let's deal with this in there. And there were 1 or 2 times where I couldn't handle it, and you came to the rescue because the kids trust you. They love you. They feel safe with you. It's what it's all about, Bernie.
And honestly, that's how I try to go about things, and try to be that calming force for them. I know sometimes everybody has a bad day. It just may be theirs at that time. So try to help them out, figure it out, let them know that there's brighter things around the corner. So that's what we do.
Beautiful thing, and a beautiful way to close out this segment of the podcast. Let's bring back, you talked about the gift of gab.
Yes.
Bring in another guy who loves to talk. Yeah, Mr. Gilmer, get in here. There he is.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Bernie, the whole time you're talking there, I'm like, you're describing me. Sci-fi fan, loves Disney, will chat up a conversation with anybody. I'm like, could be the same interview, man.
This is why I love Bernie. We're the same person.
I want to throw it out here again.
And Arnold, there it is, right there.
You know who hasn't seen Star Wars?
Who?
Oh my!
You've never seen Star Wars?
I have not.
I'm stopping this right now.
Right? Isn't it strange? It's such a strange thing.
Oh.
Yeah, and I've been to Star Wars Land or whatever it's called down there in Disney. It was incredible. I love the experience. I just feel like, how sometimes when people talk about a TV show they've watched recently, and like, you got to check out Ted Lasso, for example. And they say, how many seasons? Because like, I can't commit for that long. And Ted Lasso is only 3 seasons. I'm like, I'm in. I can watch 3 seasons. I can't watch 12. And that's the way I feel about Star Wars. Like,
movies
and commitment.
That's all you need. Start with the 1 and just go from there.
Yeah, but is it 1 or 4, Bernie?
You know which one we're talking about.
1.
We're talking about 1977, Dr. Bauer. Come on now.
I really should at least watch those 3.
Yeah.
You just need to watch one. If you just watch the first one, you will watch the rest.
Yes, it'll hook you right from the start.
All right. Okay.
He's like, all right, no, it's not, but okay.
When I find time.
Sure.
Well, here's the thing. You say you've been to Orlando, right? You've been to the world. If you watch the movie, all that would make sense to you then.
Yeah.
The world and everything else, it would just come into place for you.
It's just different levels then. You go in there and you go, oh my gosh, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, look at this. It's from this movie.
Yeah, it'll start to make sense for you.
It is wild. So, all right, let's dive in here. We have 3 sections, I was going to say, but 3 segments. We call them, Bernie, Local Eats, which is just a local restaurant that you've attended or ordered out from recently. Then we have Small Wins, any victory in your world, no matter how small, trying to look for the positive, which we all know you're good at. And lastly, the question of the pod. And given that we are recording this towards the end of October, we're going to go with the best Halloween costume that you, your children, your spouse, assuming you and your family celebrate Halloween. If you don't, we'll change the question. But if you celebrate Halloween, we'll go that route. So Local Eats, Small Wins, question of the pod. Which one you want to do first, Bernie? Your choice.
Let's go Local Eats.
Okay. And do you want to go first or last?
Yeah, I can go first.
All right, take it away.
The place I live in Souderton, so the place that I like to go, I haven't gone to in a while. It's a great place called Jesse's Barbecue. I just went back there recently, and I'm telling you, those burnt ends are to die for. I love that place.
Well, I think we should just stop now. That was the perfect answer.
The win.
It is 8 o'clock in the morning now, and I could go for some burnt ends.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So, Bernie, they open all year, like in the winter too?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they are. Although they are only open, I think they open at like 4 or 3 o'clock or something. They open in the afternoon, evening. They don't do lunch, but they do.
Oh, you need all day to be, smoking those meats. You gotta, it takes time.
Oh man. I mean, I live not less than a mile from there, and I can smell that every day when I come outside. It's just the best smell ever.
Love it. All right, good answer. I'm going to go. I don't think I've used this one, Bob. You're going to have to correct me if I did. But my wife one day, 2 weeks ago, came home with takeout from Tex-Mex. I don't think I've used it. Very popular place here.
I don't think you've talked about Tex-Mex. Nope.
North Penn School District, right there in North Wales. But the Bauer family has a long history with Tex-Mex. My parents used to go there when it was one tiny room on the first floor. Mm-hmm. And of course, now it has expanded, and it's been the Tex-Mex that everyone knows and loves for a long time. But I'm talking back in the 80s when it was just the one room, not even the bar yet. My parents used to go there. So it used to be that families have like the restaurant they go to celebrate special occasions. That was Tex-Mex for us, birthdays and things like that. That's awesome. So Tex-Mex. Go ahead, Bob.
I may have talked about this before as well, but it's the only one I could think of. So Stove and Tap here in Lansdale, they do a date night, which is really great. You have a choice of 3 entrees. They give you a bottle of wine and a dessert to share with your date, and it's only $50 for all of that. For 2 entrees, a dessert, bottle of wine, and all of that, $50. So that's an awesome date night. So we do that with friends of ours in the neighborhood. We try to schedule. Cheryl and I were just talking about it last night. Like, we need to schedule date night just to get over there to Stove and Tap. Maybe Wednesday. I don't think I'm working Wednesday nights. So it's every Wednesday. It's not all the time. It's Wednesday nights is when they do it.
Every Wednesday?
Every Wednesday.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is cool. All right, Bernie, question of the pod or small wins?
Question of the pod.
All right, so
Let's see.
Halloween.
This is Halloween. Here we go. I'm sorry, I was singing for you, Bernie. Go ahead.
So it's funny you say that because, like I mentioned before, I was down in St. Martin and over the summer. And the reason we went down there is for my brother-in-law's 40th birthday. Okay. And since he was born in the 80s, we had an 80s themed party. So I want to show you my favorite costume. Look at that. Woo!
Look at this guy.
The handsome devil. Look at that. The 80s gear. My mullet hit wig on.
What's that shirt you're wearing? Is it like an M&M? What's your costume?
It's kind of like an 80s themed shirt. You know, it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
All right, Bernie, I'm going to need you to text that picture to Bob.
Got to bring
so
it up.
He can put it on the screen here in this. That's awesome. All right. Remember the whole Tiger King thing on Netflix?
Yeah.
Joe Exotic and Carol Baskins. My wife and I dressed like them one year for Halloween.
Wow. That's a good costume.
Yeah, and you'd be shocked at how well I wore that costume. And I planned ahead, so I had the facial hair. I did kind of the Fu Manchu, I believe they call it. Mullet wig. Yeah,
I can see it.
So here's the question: how many people knew who you were?
Oh, everyone.
Yeah. It was popular. That was popular.
Yeah, it was really popular at the time, and me coupled with my wife Nicole looking like Carol Baskins, it was pretty clear. Yeah,
awesome. Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm not a huge Halloween guy. I really enjoy when my kids were, figuring out costumes and walking around and doing all that. In fact, there's a trivia night coming up for the North Penn cheerleaders, October 26th. So if you're interested, go sign up for the trivia night. But it's also a costume party, and I'm like, because I'm always doing this. I think I'm too smart for the costume, so I come up with a really clever one that nobody gets. And they're always lame because I don't feel like fully dressing up, right? But I'm going to go back. I'm going to rewind all the way like I was 12. My favorite costume. I made one. I made a robot. All my sci-fi stuff there, Bernie. I thought I'd be the coolest thing. I made this robot. I got a cardboard box. You got the dryer hoses, and I did all this electronics and had lights on the front. And I dropped myself off like a block away from I had my parents drop me off a block away from the party so I could walk up because I thought it would look so cool. I was just walking. Just walking through the neighborhood as a robot. Nobody saw me. And it was really difficult to walk in this costume. And I get there and you're like, hey, you're a silver box. Good job. I thought I had the best built costume. Maybe that's why I don't like coming up with costumes anymore. It was a little traumatic for me, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I just wish there was video back in the day to just see this one little kid walking down the block in a box, trying to find his way to the party. So anyway, that's my costume. All
right. Small wins. We'll let Bernie bring up the rear on this one. Okay. Bob, you want to go first or second?
Yeah, I'm really excited. If you've been listening to some of the other areas where we talk, Kyle Berger became our athletic director at the end of last school year. So we've been on the search for a television teacher. And in that interim, I've been teaching the class, which I love. I love teaching the class. The kids are awesome, but it's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy and effort with all the other things going on. But Patrick O'Neill started last week. He's our new television teacher, and it's a huge win. But it's also, for me, it's like, okay, I can't wait for him to get going. He and I are working together. But I had a day last week where I had my whole morning back to myself and not teaching. And I'm like, I felt like I accomplished like 2 weeks worth of work in one morning. I swear to God. I'm like, wow. I didn't realize, the time part of it, like the day. So it's a small win for me to try to get back to what we would call normal around here.
Got it. I love it. All right, mine's really silly. But now that it's getting colder, and so my normal morning routine is that I head to the high school and I work out a little bit before the start of the day. And so I usually have like shorts on, even if it's 20 degrees out, right? Because I'm going out to run. But now that it's colder in the mornings, I have to take the dog out. We have like an 8-month-old puppy. And my small win is when the weather isn't optimal and the dog goes to the bathroom right away. Like when you take that dog out and all of a sudden she goes and it's like, yes, that's my small win. It's the little things in life. But when she just does her business right away, it's the best ever.
Comes right back in. You get crawl right back into bed again.
You got it. All right, Bernie, take it away.
So I guess for me, it is kind of silly too. You know, I love candy. So I've had this one candy bar in forever. And I decided when I went into Wawa, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get one. It was whatchamacallit.
Yes! I was just going to say, I was going to ask you to let me guess because I was going to say it's a whatchamacallit. That's exactly what I was going to say, Bernie. Come on now.
I'm telling you, I haven't had it in years. And I said, you know what? I'm going to get me a whatchamacallit. Sure enough, it was there, and I enjoyed it. Every bit of it.
You guys are the same person.
We're twins. We're twins, Bernie.
We are. I got to be Arnold, though. I'm a little bit bigger than you, so I'll be Arnold. You be Danny.
I don't know. I'm getting there. I cannot believe you said whatchamacallit. I was going to stop you, and I was going to guess that it was a whatchamacallit.
It was the best candy bar ever.
Right. Actually, when I've had one in my recent years, too, because I did the same thing, finding one at Wawa, and I'm like, I'm going to have a whatchamacallit. I haven't had that in 20 years. It's all right.
Yeah. It was when you were younger, but it was still delicious.
It's like Rice Krispie kind of thing in there, right? Caramel, chocolate. I'm trying to remember what else is in it. Yeah. Loved it as a kid. Loved it.
So that was a really a good segue into the next question of the pod. We got to do like best candy. But anyway, we'll do it next time.
All right.
So with that, I know Bernie has to go save the world. And everybody's very, very busy. But Bernie, I really appreciate you hopping on an early Monday morning video chat just to get to know you a little bit better. You are one of our finest, and we appreciate you. Congratulations on the award, and thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you for all that. I appreciate it myself. You guys have a great day, and go North Penn.
All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Bob.